Regular guy sneakerhead here with my 5-pair sneaker challenge. Let's get into it. With number 1, I chose to go with not the oldest pair in my collection. I mean, I got some pairs that are from, the early 2000s. Like I got some original 18s and 19s, 20s, stuff like that. But I didn't really want to focus on them. I wanted to focus on the pairs I had in my collection the longest, because I've had some pairs longer than them. And actually, it ended up being pairs because it's a tie. The 2 pairs that I still have in my collection that I've had the longest are these 2. The Air Jordan 7 Nothing But Net, or sweater, or ugly sweater, whatever you want to call it, and the Air Jordan 8 Aqua. Now, both of these are from like 2015, I believe. They came out either the end of 2015, beginning of 2016, somewhere in there. I ended up getting both of these at the same time. I think I bought these and these both from Champs, and then I ended up going to Hibbett the same day and getting the 72 1011s and some other pairs. And I had all of them, but I got rid of the others. Out of all of them that I had from 2015, these are the only 2 pairs left. These are the 2 oldest pairs in my collection, meaning that they're the 2 pairs that I've had the longest. That's number 1. Now, for number 2, I have a pair that it's not really my go-to pair anymore, but for a while it was. Back at the time when it came out, I didn't have near as many pairs of shoes as I do now. So this pair is a pair that I wore a lot when I got it, and that is the Air Jordan 3 UNC. I mean, as you can see, it's creased up. The back tab's yellowing. I mean, sock liner's dirty. It's seen better days. I kind of either need to clean these up really, really good or replace them with a new pair, because, man, when these things drop, I wore them a whole lot. This was my go-to pair then. Now, I'm a little bit wiser. I try to mix it up and wear a different pair every time I leave the house. That way, I'm not wearing the same pair over and over, putting that many miles on it. But I do try to wear all mine. So this is my number 2 go-to pair I wore the most. Now, number 3 is the pair in my collection that was the hardest to get or took me the longest to get. And this is an interesting pick. You probably wouldn't think this would be my pick, but it is. The Air Jordan 11 Columbia. And this is the one that came out in the end of 2024. And actually, this is my first pair of the OG high top Columbias. Now, I had the low top pair that came out a few years back. I ended up giving them to my son, and then I ended up getting these when these came out again. I wasn't able to get the pair that came out in like 2016, 2014, 15, whatever it was, but I was able to get these. And the reason why these are the pair that took me the longest to get is because I've wanted these since they originally came out back in the day, the first time. I wanted them bad back then. I was in like junior high, and some of my classmates and homies had them, and I couldn't get them at the time. I didn't have the bread. My parents wouldn't buy them, and I wanted them bad, and I always said I was going to end up getting them. I didn't know they'd ever retro back then, but they did, and it took me from the original release all the way until this release in 2024, the end of 2024, might as well say 25, to get them. So this is my number 3, the pair that took me the longest to get. Now, for number 4, for my most slept on or most underrated pair, I got to go with a Jordan 2. This is the Jordan 2 Maison Chateau Rogue. And I always say that 2s are super slept on and super underrated. First of all, they are a very nice, very comfortable shoe. Very nice made, very, very comfortable shoe, especially the high tops. Then on top of that, there are a lot of dope colorways and dope releases of the 2s. And this one here is one that I can't believe isn't selling right now for more than it is. This is a shoe that is very easy to get, still in dead stock condition right now. And I mean, if you look at the craftsmanship on this thing, man, premium leather, nice little design in the leather. You know what I mean? Got some good suede on it. Got the branding everywhere. Design on the sock liner. That good satin sock liner. Designs on the insoles. I mean, they went all out with these, man. I mean, as you can see, I've worn them. I try to wear all mine, but yeah, they did good on these, man. The quality on these is nice. So that's why twos, and this two specifically is my number 4 most slept on, most underrated pair. Finally, sneaker community, we're at the end of it. We're at number 5, my pair that I never let go, can't live without. If I could only keep one, this is the one I would keep. And it is my Air Jordan 8 University of Oregon Ducks player exclusive. I mean, these are a nice pair, man. Very nice pair. You see that Oregon Duck shining in that black there. Only 275 pairs were made. These are, as you can see, samples. These were only made for the student athletes of the University of Oregon. And the reason why I picked these as my never let go pair is because these were my first pair of player exclusives that I owned. I always, when I first started trying to collect shoes, before I even had maybe even 50 pairs, I said, man, I want a grail. I want to be able to own a grail. And to me, a grail is a pair that's either like super limited or like a friends and family or a sample or a player exclusive, or like Ben 23s, they classify as a grail. For those who don't know, most of you know what a grail would be. So I always said, man, I can't wait till I can get a grail, man. Well, of course, I've got some Ben 23s and some other pairs that people might consider grails, but I got to the point where I said, I gotta get a player exclusive. I gotta get some samples, some friends and family, some player exclusives in my collection. And so the first one that I bought was this. This was the first player exclusive, first real super grail that I got in my collection, the Air Jordan 8 player exclusive Oregon Ducks. There you have it. That is my 5th pair for the challenge. I want to thank everybody else who's competing or getting involved, engaging, participating, whatever you want to call it. And I want to thank everybody who's watched this. Make sure you hit all the buttons, all the right buttons, so this can get around, so other people can see it, and so other people can participate as well. Regular guy sneakerhead.